I will say this, and you'll probably get a little bit of a laugh out of it, but I figured at least I made some money for charity being on the show, right? So after the show, I've always donated like lunches that they auction off with me for charity. And I'd been doing it well before that show. But one of Kyle's friends paid $3,000 to have lunch with me just to sit with a woman who sent her friend where she needed to go.
Really?
And I thought that was jaw dropping. I'm like, you don't have friends. There's no friends there in Hollywood. You know, they'll do that. You know, they want to look at the corpse. They want to turn it over. They want to see the aftermath. And a lot of people actually come to my events just to shake the hand of the person that didn't take their shit. And
one of Kyle's friends she paid $3,000 just to kind of say thank you.
Yeah. Wow. I just thought that was very telling. And then I had come out with this book, which is my 6th, and it's got me and my husband on the cover. And I had posted it on my Instagram. And it was just a date night we had, and a friend of ours snapped a picture of him kissing me. So I thought that's perfect for this, because it's about, you know, it's love stories, soulmates, you know, and when one dies, how the other can move through their grief. And Kyle messaged me on my Instagram, and she said, yeah, I saw your book cover. So does your husband emotionally fulfill you? Yes, Kyle, for the record, he emotionally fulfills me every day of my life. Thank you for caring. But then I blocked her. It's like, I'm not going back and forth with you. I'm not on the show. I don't have to deal with it. I live in a whole other, you know, space in my life than to go tit for tat with them. I honestly think they have arrested development. I don't think they've left high school. I really don't think they've left high school. They may have children, but they've got arrested development. I'm telling you, it's just unbelievable how hard a time they have navigating life. But good for them. You know, we all trade something for something else, and money is their focus, and, you know, God bless them. It is what it is.
You think that's what it is, money, or you think it's fame more? Or it's just both?
It's both. I mean, it's both. I mean, there's some that may have 20% more want the fame and 20% more want the money on the other end, but does it really matter? It's still, you can't take it with you. It's just, I've brought famous people through. You know, they don't talk about how much money they have or how much money they had. Every now and then they'll show me a statue that was erected for them, something like that they were proud of. But they talk about the people they loved, or Pacific Coast Highway in a convertible, and that she looked like Marilyn Monroe, little things like that were who they were on a soul and energy level, you know, but they never come through and say, God, I made a lot of money. That's so great. They come through and say, I lived a great life. You know, I went out with my hair on fire. I lived fearlessly and for me and for those I love. And there's no other reason to live, but, you know, for you and those you love, it all comes down to family. So I hope that they stay focused on their own families and don't pull them onto the reality show.
I would agree with that. And when Kyle reached out to you and DM'd you, it was to like a job of like, I mean, that's what it sounds like, right?
I was shocked. I was like, 11 years later, you're still like, I'm still taking up space in your head. Really? Because somebody will take it off of mine and share like this cover on her Instagram, just because people more than anything want to see her and I go at it. That's really what they want. They want a rematch. They want a rematch between she and I. And I'm just, I get it because I have some of my favorite duels where you just want to see more of that. But she would be like having a fight with a 13-year-old 8th grader who thinks her boyfriend's better than yours. I mean, I don't really see a point in it. So I just blocked her. It was fine. But there's always going to be people that are on both of our social media that are going to share my stuff to her. I'm sure she's created fake accounts just to see what's been going on with my stuff. It's like, get over it, move on, just move on. So
Move on. And I mean, well, now I'm going to have to say, I'm sure you don't watch the show, but now this season, people are finally saying, I mean, they've said it before, but it's all something happened where this one woman told this other woman's 14-year-old son to F off. And now there's this scene where Kyle said, that's funny. I mean, I'm grossly oversimplifying.
Yeah.
And now America has come for Kyle and just said, how could you think it's great to tell like a 14-year-old kid to go F himself? So, and people are now saying she's the producer, really everything you just said. And like, just the world is coming for her now. And that she is like, she's the one steering this whole show. And wow, we finally all see it.
She is. I hope she's strong enough to navigate it, because it's very hard when people need fame and the fans and the adoration to keep them going. It's what their oxygen is, and it's taken away from them. They often get depressed. So I hope there's somebody there for her that can be there, and then maybe she'll learn. I think these moments are teachable moments, and I just hope that she learns something from that. And also, she has no boundaries because she's told to do whatever she wants on reality television, and she can't be fired. So, because she owns points on the show. So what are they going to do? And this is actually in the show's best interest. So maybe it'll be a win-win for her. Maybe it'll help with the ratings, because I got to tell you, those women are boring as hell. I don't know how anybody watches those women for years and years, the same thing over and over. The only thing I can think is women who do their own laundry and who have small children at home and can't travel like to see the traveling on the reality show. And also like to imagine that maybe one day somebody else will do these things for them too, and they can get a break. So they're living vicariously through these women who really don't have to do much with their lives. And I think that's their escape. For me, and I want to know what yours is, I like to watch Loot with Maya Rudolph. Have you watched that?
I have not.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Do yourself a favor. It's on Apple TV.
Okay.
And she's hilarious. That's more of my speed of mentally checking out. Not watching that kind
not
of
watching. You
show.
like scripted and lighthearted.
I do. And you know what? I still do like my own laundry, and my husband and I like doing projects around the house together. And I liked being an actual housewife and staying home with our 3 kids until they were all in kindergarten. And I also liked interning in homicide and working with the prosecution. And I also liked having a television series. I have all these facets to me